girls, yeah, it's a podcast. Two dope girls, yeah, we speaking all facts. Two dope girls, yeah, we got it, just relax. Two dope girls, hit like, subscribe that. Two dope girls, and we on it, never slack. Two dope girls, and we got each other back. Two dope girls, and we coming for the cash.
Two dope girls, and we all about a bag.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
How everybody doing?
I was ready to start the party.
I was twerking.
Yeah. You know, that's the feel we like to give. We like to turn it up. It's like we can be in any conversation before we start playing our theme music, and our theme music just be like, yes, yes.
No, I was great. Just hit the bottom of my chair. Just go.
Oh,
welcome
no.
back to Two Dope Girls Podcast. This is episode 27. I was about to say 6. I don't know why I was about to say 26, but this is episode 27.
Yep.
Hey, Anna, how are you? How was your week?
I'm great, girl. The week was good. We had an amazing week. We did our first bonus episode that should be coming out or dropping on Monday. We got to meet Miss Nikki Natural. She was a ball of fun, something totally different from what we're used to. So we just had a great time, and we're really appreciative of her coming in, chilling with us in the content factory. But today, you know, we're back on Zoom. So we still like Zoom. We like Zoom.
Zoom because
because we have special guests. So we'll get into who our special guest is. But my week was pretty good. Nothing more than working. Of course, like I said, we had that really great night where we got a chance to interview someone else. Now so I listened to the episode last week, right? Or Sean listened to the episode last week, and he was like, babe, listen, I need you to get on this episode, and I need you to tell the people, do not pull the emergency brake. That will not work out for them if their brakes go out. So let's chit chat, ladies. Okay. There was a young lady here in Birmingham, Alabama, that is near and dear to my heart because I saw her grow up a little bit. She stayed right across from me and my husband at our first home. And she passed due to an accident. She was 8 months pregnant. She's 24 years old. And she called her mother in the midst of her driving to let her know, mommy, I cannot stop the car. The brakes won't stop. So when I talked about it last week, I wanted to give some tips on things that I heard, because I wouldn't have known what to do in that predicament either. So my husband did say that when he went to driving school, that they said, keep pumping the brake. Don't just push it down, but keep pumping the brake. And it's supposed to turn something on that stops the car or slows it down or whatever. But we also, I think maybe Grace said, pull the emergency brake or something. Somebody said pull the emergency brake. And
I don't know to do that.
Yeah,
but
it was said on there to pull the emergency brake. And that's not true. We don't want to pull the emergency brake because that will not stop the car. I think it will do an adverse effect or something like that. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there because I wanted to get that out there because I didn't know what to do. And I don't want anybody else to be in that situation and not have a clue on how to handle it. Yeah. So that was it. My week was good though. How about yours, Grace?
My week has been good, been busy. As you can see, my atmosphere is a little different. I'm in New Orleans.
Lucky.
I really wish I could be out here every day, just getting my meditation on and such as life. I have to get back to the real world. But my week has been good. It's been busy, but I like being busy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But let's introduce our very, very special guest. Because if you guys don't know, we were on Let's ChitChat, this podcast about a month or so ago. And we have ladies of Let's ChitChat, Miss Celeste and Miss Kimberly. So we're going to go ahead and start with Celeste. Let them know a little bit about you.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for inviting us. I am the co-host for Let's Chit Chat Sis, And I'm gonna leave all of those details to Kimmie. This is kind of her baby, but I come to the platform not only as a friend of Kim's, but as a life coach and a motivational speaker. So I have a group of women, about 1,600 women that I motivate on social media in a private Facebook group. And just, sharing my life experiences, because you can see I'm just so young, but my life experiences and the tools that work for me, when I found myself lost out in a relationship. So just loving on other women and supporting other women, and having fun on Let's Chit Chat, sis.
Yes.
Do that's what we do.
You.
I am Kimmie, and I'm the host with Celeste of Let's Chit Chat Sis, and we are the transparent, empowering ladies, sisters, moms, the everything to everybody group. Because we switch it up all the time, as you know, and we our platform is derived from transparency. I will say that much. Our theme is, we meet you on the porch, as you remember, because the porch represents, the conversation that we couldn't have in the house, the talk that our parents was having, that we came out on the porch to finish the conversation, or even to say what our parents didn't want us to talk about, but we
Tell
had
all our business.
yeah, we had that conversation anyway.
Have to go back
So
and
yeah,
watch on the porch talking.
yeah, you probably our kids are doing that now. Having conversations. They don't go outside because they're a little different. These times are a little different for our kids, but that's what the porch is about. It's about being transparent. It's about letting our guards down, being safe. Having conversations that most of us don't want to talk about, but we do talk about. So that's what Let's Chit Chat says represent. It represents being your wholehearted self love, self care, and bringing it all, being you. That's what we're here about.
And look, we love that, and we are here for that.
Thank
So before we get started into our hot topics, we like to do an icebreaker with our guests.
Mhm.
So play a little game. So our game, we're gonna do a rapid fire game. So we're just gonna spit out questions,
Okay.
and you guys tell us the first thing that comes to mind, or answer like just honestly and truthfully to the question.
Quickly, because we're going to be spitting the questions out to you. So,
Okay.
Grace, how do you want to do it? You want to go first and then I go, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. They'll
Okay.
answer. You can answer too, LaDonna, and then yeah. Okay, well,
Let me get some water.
okay. So, got you ladies ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Okay, favorite porn category.
Favorite porn category?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know. I have a favorite. I guess rough. I don't know. Is that a category?
Ebony. I like
Huh?
ebony.
You like what?
Ebony. Like black people. I rather,
Oh.
I don't really like,
I want to stick with the black people one.
It gotta be ebony.
yeah, it's called ebony. Trust
Oh, okay, ebony.
I
Okay.
I
don't
know.
I want the ebony one too, with the big ones. Yeah, that's the ones I like.
BBW, big booty black women. There you go.
me. Okay, let's see. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, I got.
I was smart, really smart.
Oh, the best compliment, my boobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking something else, but this is probably rated PG, right?
No, this
But
is
my
rated-
boobs, my
rated
boobs.
PG.
rated-
My
rated-
boobs.
no. Okay, heels or tennis shoes?
Heels.
Sneakers, whatever y'all call them. We call them tennis shoes in New Orleans.
Listen, Grace, I had heels or flats. That's so funny.
Oh, definitely heels.
Heels.
6 inch.
Heels.
6
No,
inch.
no tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Sneakers.
Let's
whatever.
see. What's your favorite movie?
Love Jones.
Ooh.
Purple Rain.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Okay, favorite Luther Vandross song.
Mm.
So amazing.
Is it, I don't listen to really music, but is that the house is
So amazing.
House is not a home.
yes. I'm a square, y'all. I'm a square.
No.
Yeah.
Dream vacation destination.
Oh, Paris.
Greece.
I like both.
Yeah. Oh, Santorini. That's one place I really want to go so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One item you need daily.
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee.
Water. I had to have tea too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Water.
What's the one thing you regret in life?
Yeah, staying married so long.
Oh,
Marrying my ex-husband.
yeah. Oh, that was a jab right there. Yikes. What you said, Kimmie? I was just so in shock by Celeste because she said staying married too long. Okay.
I was gonna say that too, but I just said just fucking meeting him. But my ex-husband.
Oh, I think dang, that's a lot of people's
Hey.
regret. Okay.
Yeah.
Cooking, baking. Cooking or baking?
Cooking.
Either.
What's the last book you read?
The last book was probably it was a motivational book. I don't even remember the title.
It was coding.
Coding.
Are you in coding? Is that your job description? Okay.
Oh gosh.
I know. I hate coding. But
But I read books about it because we have to keep up on it. So
yeah.
Oh, I could say flying solo.
Yeah. You can say fine.
Look, you came in way late.
Right.
Okay, last song you listened to.
Last song, it was
Mary J. Blige.
no, it probably was
You don't listen to music like that.
yeah, I don't listen to music either. But it was something that Stan, was that McClurkin?
Donnie McClurkin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I listen to all kind of music to be motivated. I listen to, Mary J. Blige, Cardi B,
I'm usually
all genres, everything.
I'm usually in this house with no TV on, no radio, no nothing, just me.
Oh, you should have a fire electricity bill. Your electricity bill should be like $10.
But I have every light on. Every light is on.
Y'all gonna know I'm in this house.
I know.
And I be on, but y'all gonna know I'm in here.
Right.
It's like
Idris Elba or Shamar Moore?
Shamar Moore.
Idris Elba or Shamar Moore?
Shamar Moore.
Say Idris.
No, Shamar Moore.
Oh no. You said Shamar?
Yeah. Idris or Shamar?
Moore.
I mean, Shamar fine though.
Yeah, he is, but he was on the Young and the Restless, and
Yeah. He's not sweet at all. Okay, favorite junk food.
Potato chips.
Ooh, me too.
Mine too.
Reese
Breakfast,
cups.
lunch, and dinner.
You say freezer cup?
Reese cups.
Ooh, that's a good one too. And
That is a good one.
Oh, but she has them right in front of her.
Right.
Oh gosh.
I got a good one. You want to end it on this one? You have
One more.
okay. My last one is Earth, Wind, and Fire or the Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers, Ron Isley.
Hey, brothers.
I'm a romantic.
I agree.
Ron Isley.
Sex in public or behind the doors?
In public.
In public.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad.
Yes.
Look, I'm glad I said
I
that.
love it. Yes.
All right,
We
y'all.
love our games.
That was a good rapid fire.
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
agree.
Want to get into the hot topic?
Sure, you can go ahead.
I don't have no hot topic.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, let's calculate.
It's always hot topics, Grace. Always is.
It is. It always is. Well, something that just recently happened on Thursday, Vice President Kamala Harris appeared on Good Morning America, and the host, George Stephanopoulos, asked her thoughts in response to Senator Tim Scott and President Biden on our country not being racist. She said, and I quote, "I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak the truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today." What do you guys feel about that?
I think that was so double standard, and I think that she was trying to find the words to say. But we actually had this conversation. I think that she wasn't prepared for that question,
She was not prepared for that. That's the same thing I said.
and she's been thrown under the bus ever since. She wasn't prepared for
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah,
That's
she-
all I'm saying.
Even though she
I
was
think
not
but she wasn't
I
prepared.
think that she should have answered it in a way that it should have been answered, as if yes, the country is a racist country and we do have a racist past.
Well, I think as vice president, she do have to be cautious of her words, right?
Absolutely.
You have
She
to
has
have a
to
level
be
of authority.
cautious. So I think because she wasn't prepared, she didn't know how to be cautious, how to be, have people that weren't or didn't have the racism done to them not feel a certain way, and people
I
that
don't
have had the racism done to them to not feel a certain way. But that's why I feel like she came back and said that you do have to speak the truth on the history, but there's no history. It's still happening. It just happened last week when a black man got shot in the head for leaving.
And, and,
So
and
it's still alive and well.
So she should have just said, we need to speak our truth, and
did.
leave out the not being racist part altogether. That's
Mhm.
what she should have did.
because she put herself in a place of privilege. And
Mhm.
when she did that, people disconnect from her immediately. You just almost can't get forgiveness from people, especially as being a woman of color.
Right.
Will not give you the same opportunities they would give someone else, and that's unfortunate.
Right.
I will say this much: I even said myself, Kamala Harris and whoever works for her, because I'm sure she is not engaged in every single thing, and as has the time passed. Because Tim, the cool liquor, said the night before that America wasn't racist. It was
Right.
a time period. Somebody should have been prepared for her interview that
Right.
Monday morning. I mean, that next morning on Good Morning America, because they know how the media works. They're gonna come for her the next day with
Mhm.
that question, because Twitter had blown up from him. You know what I mean? So
I
they're
agree with
gonna reverse it and go to her.
But I agree with you, but that's who she is. And
Mhm.
she's the same person she was before she ran.
Right.
Listen, I follow
I love her. I love her, but it's the same person.
Harris. Kamala Harris is tough. She
But
is
she was the same person
without her
speaking.
in Congress. She tough.
They should
And I
have.
think that she toned it down from being the vice president.
She
She
did.
spoke,
I
she
do
spoke
agree with
like
that.
this before. She spoke like this before when she was putting our young men in jail like she
In
did.
jail. Yeah.
So this is not the new
Okay,
Pamela.
when y'all talk about her putting in jail, I have to defend her on that,
Okay.
because when we say putting our young men in jail, can anybody sit here and raise their hand and say they were innocent?
We not talk. No, we're not.
Saying young men, they put young men in jail because
you.
when people get put in jail, some people are criminals and guilty and have to be put in jail.
The-
But what about the things that she's done that help the criminal justice system?
the
A
question-
whole laundry list of that, and we never sit and give that woman her credit of what she's done about that. Because the people that got put in jail, now if you say Kamala Harris was putting people in jail unnecessarily, exploiting black people and putting them in jail when they shouldn't have been in there, then I'm raising the flag with you.
That was the flag. The flag was she's the same person that was doing that then, that had that same conversation. She could have been prepped, but she didn't need to be prepped to be herself. That was her.
I don't agree with that.
That was her.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, because I say this much. If you don't know Kamala Harris' full history, you're not giving her the benefit of the doubt.
I know we got to end this topic, but
Great.
listen,
And it's good, easy to pull out the bad things, and people of color, and we're famous for doing it. We're
right.
famous for throwing stuff under the bus and saying she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing this. Because even when she was running for president, we were the first one to put her in damnation and say she's doing this. She put our people in jail. Well, I'm gonna say this
You
much.
see, she's passionate about this.
Our face when we say this much, when we have people killing every single day, somebody else got to go to jail. You got to go to jail if you're murdered.
I can tell you passionate about that.
You kill my family member, you need to go to jail.
Okay, we know you're passionate about it, but that's not the question.
But I'm just saying, if you prove that Kamala Harris put somebody in jail when they shouldn't have been in jail, then I agree with you. Well, in the whole debate that they were saying about her, they couldn't prove it, Celeste.
We're not talking about that.
Let's check this question. Do you think that she should have said or should have spoke about the racism that this country is
experiencing? That's how I feel like she should have answered the question. It's almost like a deflection, right? She should have deflected from what they're trying to get her to say and say, listen, we're definitely dealing with a lot in this society right now in the United States. We need to buckle down and figure out how we can make these issues better, instead of going back and say, well, I do not believe that we're living in a racist country. But
I guess where we started with this was whether or not the statement and her being prepared for it. I believe that that's her view of what's going on.
I don't.
I do.
I believe she has to work. She has to be very careful on what she says before everybody is looking.
I don't think somebody has to tell you,
saying, how do you feel about people of color? And what do you think about people of color? This is black, white, and alike.
Somebody shouldn't have to tell you at a press conference how to respond to something that you're answering from your own point of view.
But when you are the vice president, you are the president, we have to understand that they have to answer diplomatic.
They have to answer politically correct.
They have to answer
I would rather my VP and my president tell me
honestly
they feel. And
exactly.
I agree with you. That I want to have
but that's not what you're saying, Kim. That's not what you're saying.
I am saying that. I'm saying that, but it has to be worded in a way that people understand that I'm saying, okay, there is racism, but you have to choose your words properly. Everything she says has to be run by not just what Kamala Harris says in her own. She is not a standalone person. She's a part of an administration. And because of that, they are screening everything. So we cannot say she has to speak from her heart. Joe Biden can't even speak from his heart. He has to speak as a part of administration. That's the point that I'm making. He is the government. He is not speaking as a solo person.
You seem very passionate about it.
He get up there and talk and say, because Kamala Harris said this, because when they have meetings in the Oval Office, it's not going to be just because Kamala Harris says it. It's not going to be because Joe Biden says it. It's going to be the team is saying she is speaking as a part of the government and a part of the Biden administration. That's why that will never be allowed.
And I think we all can agree that she definitely should have answered that question differently, whether she felt like racism is in the United States or not. That as a political person, as a person in leadership, she should have answered that totally different than what she
agreed on that. We agreed on that all. We did. We all agreed on that.
I mean,
I agree. I agree. I just think that they could have prepared her better.
Yeah,
if you want her to come out there and you want her to say some things, because she cannot speak as just for Kamala Harris. She has to speak as the Biden administration VP.
I agree.
Prepared her better.
I agree.
Prepared her better.
Yep, I agree. I agree on that one. Okay, my next, this one is a little bit less intense.
I don't get that intense about stuff that I can't control.
Well, I like good healthy debate, because our opinion is our opinion, and it just makes for a good conversation. And I love that. I love the fact that she was passionate about it, because we all really are passionate about it, because we are passionate about racism, right? Because it's being done to us. So I think it was, I love the conversation. So you guys, I love it. Y'all bring whatever. So my next topic is Jocelyn Hernandez, baby, the Puerto Rican princess, was a guest on Wendy Williams' show.
Yes.
Okay, so she went ham on Wendy. Okay, I don't know who went ham on who. Okay, so
she's crazy.
She is. So she blurts out before Wendy can even get the interview started, that Wendy should give her recognition and her flowers for her hard work over the years. So Wendy wasn't here for it. Wendy's like, listen, if you feel like you being left out, like what do I feel like? I've been in this game since you was a baby.
Mhm.
So how do y'all feel about it? Do you think Jocelyn was right? Do you think, because sometimes we do feel like people need their flowers before it's too late, DMX should have definitely gotten more recognition as being a legendary hip-hop artist before he died. So I get what she's saying, but to come from Jocelyn,
Well, honestly,
No.
she,
No.
she, she's not that positive to other women that's around her and in her life.
Mhm.
So the fact that she said that, what she said was true.
Mhm.
Wendy Williams, she does throw a lot of shade at a lot of women, and she don't like to give these people their flowers while they're here.
That's why
But
she got to go told off, because
yeah,
she gets it back, because that's what she put out in the universe. She dishes it out so negatively and so ugly, and
right.
so Jocelyn came prepared.
Yeah,
Prepared.
but
If you follow Jocelyn, Jocelyn comes with the fire and the fury. You know what I mean? So she came prepared for Wendy. You know what I mean? Wendy, think about it, I can't think of one person Wendy has ever been good to. And I followed her for years and years. I mean, I still think about the interview with poor Whitney Houston. That was like a fiasco. Like this was when it was just a radio station. It was like, oh my God, why in the world did
she
you
does
do?
take pride and pleasure and just
Yes, and know her life is a train
I don't
wreck.
know, she wants people to see the ugliest and the dirtiest thing
Yeah.
of themselves. And I'm like,
But
God, oh, that's horrible. You just considering what you've gone through in your
and
marriage.
what you gone through, like, I
and
mean,
that's what Jocelyn was saying. I wish she would have been able to articulate it better than what she did. But she really was speaking a lot of truth. I just, it just came from the wrong person, I think.
the messenger was wrong.
Wrong way.
And that's why people question the credibility behind it, because the messenger was wrong. But Jocelyn
Right.
had a lot of substance behind what she was saying.
Right.
A lot
Probably
of
the most substance I've ever heard from her.
right, because usually her
She
stuff
held
is
her
like,
own,
okay,
honestly. She
she
didn't get upset, she didn't get riled up like she
Yeah.
normally does.
She had great
So-
manners, Miss Wendy.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
it was just like, okay, one for the team. You know what I mean? Because I kind of was like, rock, Jocelyn. You know what I mean? Get it in, because I think that the way Wendy carries herself, to get one in once a year from somebody is like, okay, yeah, I like that one. Come on, the next one will be next year sometime. Because I think she gives it to everybody, and she doesn't take no prisoners. And regardless of what happens to her lifestyle, what she's been, you know what I mean? She wants you to have empathy for her, but she has no empathy for nobody, none at all. So yeah, good
That's
for
something
Jocelyn.
you have to deal with in counseling.
Yeah.
Because she has some deep rooted issues somewhere. Because there's no way that you want people to allow grace for yourself, and then when it comes time to give it to others, you're like, what is that? Like, you can suffer and die for all I care. I don't care less.
That's like a personality disorder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's I mean, really, when I think about her, her husband, I mean, it's not like nobody else husband can cheat and do um dirty deeds, but like her husband made a whole family and treated her terribly, but she still was over here condemning and damning other people. You know what I mean? Like, where's your humbleness? You know what I mean? You was rocked out on drugs and all kinds of stuff. Where was your humbleness until after Whitney died? You know what I mean? It took Whitney to die when you started to feel some kind of empathy for Wendy. I mean, for Whitney. You know what I mean? Think about when Whitney died, then her daughter died, then you start to have like remorse, little remorse, like, oh, I remember. You know what I mean? Like, that's too late. You didn't do it when she was alive. You know what I mean? You railroaded her all the way, and that's an illness. When people are addicted, that is an illness. That's an illness. But she didn't talk about her illness. But yeah, I don't really dig Wendy. I think that she's
you supposed to Wendy and her husband cheating, and we can go ahead and hop into this little topic that we're going to talk about, which is cheating and infidelity.
Ooh,
Now, you women look amazing and beautiful, but I know that you guys have some experience and some years of dating. So I want to know, first of all, can we all recall the first time we've ever been cheated on and how that made us feel? Did we recognize those feelings? How old were you?
I was 14.
You were
Oh, wow. Really?
It was my first boyfriend.
I was 13.
Yeah, it was my first boyfriend. I can remember. I mean, clearly. So that's clearly,
oh,
clearly like my first boyfriend, and I was like so crazy about him, and I just could not believe that um the pattern that now that I'm so I'm old and the pattern doesn't change. The lying, you know what I mean? The
yeah.
the disrespect, the disrespect. Even as a young person at 14 years old, where I'm gonna call you right back. I gotta go do something. You know what I mean? And the whole time you're seeing someone else, and they're
Right.
like, we're kids, and they're at your house.
It
Things like
devastated
that
you at 15.
devastated me. And like when I say devastated me, I remember talking to my dad about it. Like, I found out that me and the girl went to the same high school. I went to an all girls high school. And my older sister told me, "Did you know so and so is going with your boyfriend?" I was like, "What?" No, you last, but that's how I
Because
found out.
I
This
didn't get
girl,
cheated on when I was young. Huh?
I said Kimmie still holds that
I was
apparently.
like, "What?" I was like in the living room doing like dish grace. I was like, "What?" It was like, "Yeah." I was like, but one thing that my dad used to always teach me: do not let people see what they've done to you. You just keep yourself together.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called and I was like, I heard that you so and so. He was like, let me call you right back. And at that point, he never called back, and I didn't call him either.
Are they like they are now? Same way.
And I just have my dad said, have more pride for yourself to never beg
Never.
or make somebody feel like you need them. And I was done with that. I was done.
What about you, Celeste? When was the first time that you had?
I was grown and married because I used to be the cheater. So
So last,
Yes. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I had a boyfriend from 15 to 10 months before I got married. I I quit him and I got married. And so
Wait, you from 15 to 10 months before you got married.
to someone else
Okay, so 15 to what age?
to 22.
And you just said after that relationship, I'm going to marry the next man that I see.
Because he didn't want to commit. He didn't want to commit and he didn't believe in marriage. And I was getting to the point where I needed to, we had done everything creative at this point, and now we were,
You're not being creative.
yeah, because you're not supposed to have sex till you get married, all kinds of crap. And so now we're doing what we're doing, and I'm getting nervous because I need to get married. But anyway, I met my husband for 10 months, and then we got married. And then he cheated.
So when did you become the cheater in that prior relationship?
I cheated through the whole time I was dating him.
I mean,
Why do you think? But why do you think that you cheated on that person?
you were young.
Now he's passed on to glory, so I can tell y'all.
Oh, he died?
Mhm.
Oh, man, he ain't even here to hear this.
Um, it was easy. It was easy. It was easy. He didn't require any attention, and he really wasn't.
Nice.
I know it sounds terrible, y'all, right?
He's
Not
passed
really.
on.
Do you think he
He
was
just
cheating?
he didn't mark all the boxes. And to me, it really wasn't cheating. See, y'all equated with cheating, dating, and I was thinking more like a committed relationship. We 16 and 17. I'm a cheat. You gonna cheat?
Yeah. I mean, are you really committed then?
Who else you know? I mean, you just
You're young.
Yeah, you would
You're
think
not
so.
really at the age, but you
Right.
think you are.
Yeah, you think you are.
You are.
But all you gotta do is see something shiny and it's over.
Right.
So, and
Okay, I have a question.
mhm.
What do you say about a person who stays with the person who cheats on them? Because I almost, there was, I think I was listening to what's the show with it used to be Tamara and
Ian
uh,
Tamara?
it was the talk show.
It's
Or is it the not the view,
Um,
the talk?
no, but
Not the
I know
talk.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So I was listening to that show with Jeannie Mai, yeah,
Did he mind?
and they were talking about if a guy cheats and if a girl stays. I think little baby said if your girl finds out that you cheated and she stays, then she was cheating the entire time. Do you think that that's true? Because it's almost like I think you go through so many emotions when a person cheats on you. Like it's kind of difficult to stay in that same space or that same I'm in love type space. It kind of turns you into a different person. So it's almost like, why do I stay with you if what you did to me turns me into a different person? Like I gotta check up on you. I don't trust you. Stalking you, looking through your phone and all of this and all that. And if I just decided to stay, well, shoot, I mean, I was doing my thing. How do y'all feel about that?
Sometimes it's self-esteem, right? Sometimes it's
Right.
financial.
I mean, I think it's financial sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I feel like,
But I cheats on you, I think you really need to set a base of like what are you going to do? Like, are you wanting to stay with this person? Do
Mhm.
you want to work things out? And if you do, like what steps are you taking to tell this other person this is what we have to do? I think it's important to give things time and do what's best for you and
Mhm.
not just on the emotion in the moment because I mean of course we're going to do that in the moment, but once the smoke is cleared, then
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like you can't say that I'm gonna check like if that's a prerequisite of mine, if I need to check everything, then we need to discuss this. Okay, you need to be okay with me being able to check all of your whatever because
That's
I don't trust you.
Right.
that's not
I mean, it's not gonna work, but I mean that's something that you have to put out there so you know that that person knows what you're looking for. Because then
Mhm.
it's gonna be argument.
I
Mhm.
think
Because
that
why don't
you have
trust me? Why you
I
still
think you
checking my
say it's a good thing, a good point, Grace. You have to first analyze what has happened. You know what I mean? Um, because not every situation that someone's cheated that you're gonna throw in the towel. Just
right?
you-
Right.
because you know people do forgive. You know what I mean? And people do recover. You know what I mean? People do look at it because you can say the what and why did somebody did something, but we can we have to say you know am I willing to forgive the person? Because if you're not, then you have to just move on. You know what I mean? You have to move on. And, there's plenty of people who have done things and men and women, and
Mhm.
they have moved past it. I think that when it becomes a pattern, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I think you got to say, you know, I I had a ex-husband. It was a pattern. You know what I mean? Um, where it wasn't even being straightforward and honest, like, okay, this happened, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I don't trust you right now, but we can build trust. But as soon
Mhm.
as I start to build trust with you, you off doing something again. So we never going to trust each other again. You know what I mean? So in that instant, I ain't gonna sit here and be a fool, I'm gonna go and do my thing over here too. You know what I mean? So everything is broken. Everything is gone.
Mhm.
So but I think that if you can rebuild something and open the lines of communication and work on each other, then I think it's doable. But it's up to the person. I think that you got to say, and can I honestly forgive the person? Because if
Yeah.
you're gonna be checking and look, you shaking your hand, but that's honest. If you say I don't forgive them, that has to be okay. Like, I don't forgive your ass. I'm done. I'm done.
Right,
One
right.
and done. One and done. Now, that's it. Because you know what? I'm not gonna sleep with my eye open when the light blink up on your phone. Who the hell that? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that.
And that's what happens.
Yeah. You took the chance and did it. You did it. So this what comes along. You can say I love the person all the one, and this was my family. You just threw your family away. You just threw your woman away. You said you loved all the time. Oh well. Yeah,
But you know, there are a lot of families, or there are a lot of couples that come back from it.
yeah.
And I've heard in the past that couples that really put in the work, it seems like their relationship gets better.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from this dead end, and it like rejuvenates the relationship.
Communication, that line of communication becomes more transparent and more open because I've already made this transgression against you. I have no other choice but to be more transparent and more communicative with you because what else do I have to lose?
And not just transparent on the act, but transparent on behind why.
Oh,
You know, why was there a need, or how was I feeling my emotions at that time? Whereas you might not felt it was easy to go to that person beforehand, or when you were feeling these emotions, because a lot of times when people get cheated on, they like to suppress those feelings. You know, some women, I think, maybe suppress those feelings. You got some women that act totally out and look, I'm gone. But you also have some women that will suppress the feelings, and it like eats them up internally.
I know people like that, LaDonna, that have been in relationships and then still are in relationships with I will say habitual cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
And because they are financially secure, they
That's major.
hey, look, kitty.
So
sorry, my cat because they are financially secure, they stay.
Mhm.
They stay. And they're not happy. They're just not happy. I mean, like, wow, you know, what do you weigh it out? I don't know. I don't think
Some women are so strong. Like I know some women that have moved on from relationships due to infidelity and just due to emotional cheating, physical cheating, whatever it may be, right? And they feel like they lost. And you have some women looking at them like, yo, you just don't know you are the strong one. I can't even do it. You know, I'm
What do you
sitting
mean
here.
just lost? What do you mean by that? What do you mean just lost?
they come across like loss or something.
Right.
Like
They're grieving this relationship. So they feel like I've lost something. But when women look at them that are like Kimmie said, when these women that are in these relationships and they are miserable, they're looking at these women on that, you know, that have moved on, like, oh my God, y'all are the strong ones. Like y'all are the ones that's winning.
yeah.
Because I can't even,
lost.
I can't even build up the
Strength to leave.
You do feel lost after it. Because when I walked away, I lost. I felt lost.
Yeah. But it's temporary. It's temporary.
I felt like I lost time. I wasted time. So when you asked me that question, that was the first thing. I wish I had never stayed that long.
Yeah.
Look, to what Grace is saying, people look at you, Celeste, and they get courage and strength. You know what I mean? I know that you say, okay, I lost all this time, but there's a whole bunch of people that never leave and rot away in life.
That's
Right.
And they say, okay, I look at her, she did it. And I always say, when I look at you, because you know, I've known you for trillion, billion years, you know what I mean? And I know everything your whole back life and what you do. And that's motivation. You know what I mean? Some people can't pull themselves to say they can talk a story all they want. And then just, soon as the door shut, they be like this.
That's true. I think they feel like that because of what's out here. But let me tell you my story is. So basically, my story was a little different. So going into my marriage, I felt like one and done. If you cheat, that's it, I'm out.
Mhm.
And I expressed that probably every day. You cheat, I'm out. I made sure it was clear because I wanted to make sure there was no, oh baby, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
please, baby, please. But what that did was that made him very clever,
Mhm.
right? He probably would have chopped somebody up in little pieces before he let me find out because he was like, this can't happen. She is
Yeah.
going to bounce.
Right.
17 years into the marriage, I found out he cheated year one.
Wait, you were 17 years in and you found out year one he cheated. As if he cheated just like yesterday. I'm sure it felt like,
Now I feel like I'm with a whole liar. Like
yeah.
everything that came out your mouth is a lie. I don't trust you. I don't like you. But then I had to look at what I had, the car, the boat, the business, all of this stuff. And I was thinking, nah, you don't get off that easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you pay every day. And I made him pay every day for 3 years. And I was like, yeah, this is not working for me. And
Yeah.
I ended up leaving. But situation, finances, self-esteem, all these other things. Kids were getting ready to go to high school. One was going to college. I was thinking, nah, I don't have to like you. We're going to do this together, though, till these kids get grown.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just,
But let me ask you a question about that because I know a lot of people will stay in a relationship or a marriage if the other person is cheating because of their kids.
yes.
How did that affect you in raising your kids, knowing that your ex-husband was a cheater?
Well, it tore me down. But what was interesting was I had 15, 18, and one in college at this point. And
Mhm.
I set the kids down and I said, I just can't do it. I have to go. And the kids was like, finally, because
So
you
they,
won't.
Because they can feel it.
LaDonna and I had talked about this on a previous episode. These kids are smarter than what we give them credit for.
They were
They know
miserable.
what goes on. They probably know more than you
Mhm.
probably know what's going on.
They were miserable because dinner was like this now. Everybody got a plate, and Daddy was like, I was like, I mean, it was so much attitude. It was so thick
Mhm.
that they
Yeah.
were just like, look, you guys just need to be separated, and that's it. So yeah,
And I think that that works out better because the children are happy if you're happier. Because if you're in the same household, you're thinking that that is what's best. But in all actuality, everybody is miserable. The kid's miserable because they don't want to tiptoe. You miserable because you don't want to tiptoe. He miserable because he don't want nobody to know what's going on.
Mhm.
it was
So
bad. It was bad.
yeah.
I can
So
only.
you had talked about emotional and physical cheating. So I want to know from you guys, is there, of course, there's a clear difference in physical and emotional, but for you, if your partner cheated and it was more emotional than physical, would that be more hurtful than the act of just saying, hey, one night stand, I got drunk and I just, oops, slipped in?
I think for me, it's worse, the emotional.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
I know for me, it would be emotional because that means you're spending quality time. You're talking about intimate things, maybe intimate things you're not even talking to me about. And I have to think, dang, like, why couldn't you come to me and do these things and you're doing it with someone else? That would make me feel like shit. Not to say it would be my fault, but it would
exactly.
feel like shit.
I think in my opinion, and from my view, I think that men sometimes can have sex with no connection, right?
Yeah.
But when it's an emotional relationship, there's so much other things going on. Like, why can't you come to me to be the friend and she's emotional with you? That's you spending time together, like you said. That's too much.
Right.
That's too much for me.
It's a bond. It's a bond that is.
Yeah,
It's hard to break a bond.
yeah, you're not getting
There
something
was
from me.
physical, intimacy. That emotional intimacy is much better. That's why God says not to have sex until you're married, because building that bond with somebody before you become sexually um together, then it makes it so much better.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
that's why I feel like just being or having that emotional connection with someone trumps it. It doesn't say that the physical connection trumps the emotional or vice versa. But to me, it's just difficult for me to say. That's why most women, they get these emotional connections. Some women don't have emotional connections when if they cheat or
Right.
you, men feel that way. Men feel like every woman have to have an emotional connection. Now, I'm not going to say that 85% of the time when a woman cheats, she's going to have this connection with this guy, but not every time. But when a man has an emotional connection with a woman, it's just like
That's major.
it's major because it's
I'm
hard
gonna
to
feel
pull
like,
a relationship away.
right, like now you have to choose whether or not you want to be with me or this person. And if you choose me and your family, then a part of you, you're going to be missing this other
Yeah,
person.
that's
I
right.
let you go because I don't want you to still be missing someone else. Like you're gonna be thinking about her. You
That's right.
are.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's gonna
Right.
be, oh,
No matter how much I love you, how
yeah,
much I want the family unit,
you
I
wanna
still I want to be fully happy, right? And in a sense, if I love you, I want you to be fully happy as well. So if you leaving me to be with this person that makes you fully happy, then that gives me leeway to be fully happy as well at some point,
That's right.
right? But if you keep me just because you don't want me, you don't want me to go and
The whole family.
right, you don't want to miss that family reunion. You don't think like that. I think that's just not fair. But it definitely it's a bond to me, and it's very difficult to break that bond. But physical
because of course
intimacy.
you will.
What you say?
No, I was saying like if you are with me and you're gonna be thinking about that person, you just rather be with that person. I'd rather you just be with that person
Yeah.
because it won't work out. It just won't work out.
It won't. It won't.
Okay, so is cheating a deal breaker if it depends on the circumstance? I know Kimmie said you have like habitually cheating is a deal breaker. So if someone cheated once, one night stand, and then cheated one more time, but it was like a few years later, another one night stand with a completely different person, like are you gonna forgive that person? Or are you going to just make the choice to be gone?
I think I'm with Kimmy. It was the pattern for me. If it's a pattern, then something is wrong there. There's a disconnect in our relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean it could mean, hold up, it could mean that this person that I'm with is just a cheater.
Yeah.
Or it could mean that I'm just not doing it for this person. You know what I mean? I've
Can't
seen
do it for that person, but they just have the urge to every now and then just
yeah, but I personally have seen where a guy was with this girl for years, treated her horribly, cheated on her, like it was horrible. Then all of a sudden, he got with this other girl that was not as attractive as his wife, his ex-wife.
Mhm.
Personally, I would just be like, her over her, okay. But he was so good over here. So that's why I feel like it really matters if you have your person. You don't think about outside dealings. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have some men or women that are just cheaters.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do you think you could be friends, Celeste, with someone who's cheated on you?
Why you all in my business?
I'm just you still friends with your ex?
My best friend.
Really?
My best friend.
You guys are better friends than you are
I
partners.
just left him today. We work together. I'm working him, helping him with his business. We go on family trips together. He has 4 kids and a new wife, and we are tight. That's my soulmate. And if he had not cheated, we would have still been married.
Yes.
But I had to be
Love
okay with
that.
me.
Do you
Yeah.
wish you would have forgiven him? Do you think, looking back now, that you could have forgiven the act and saw that he decided to do
It was
right?
17 years ago. It was no reason for me to still be pissed off about it, but I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
It's
I'm living with a liar for 17 years. Like, who are you?
So you start questioning everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
everything
and,
that may
and,
not
the
have
most,
questioned before.
and the most intimate thing for me, and I know y'all gonna laugh, is sleeping with somebody because I am at my most vulnerable state.
When you sleeping.
I can't trust you. What? Nah, can't do it.
Laugh
And
at that. I totally
I
get
tried.
that. Yeah.
I really tried, but he tells me that's all right. We're gonna get old. We're gonna get married again. I'm like, I mean, literally, he has 4 children, and those 4 children, I'm waiting for them to call me grandma because I just want to just. But they were over here playing the Pac-Man machine.
That's so cute.
That's the grass. If I wake up, the grass is being cut. Yeah, the dude I'm dealing with knows about him. That's my best friend.
Well,
Yeah.
so you living the life, girl. You living the life.
But
You
I just couldn't
feel
get past the cheating.
the husband duties, and you feel that man that's okay with it.
Well, he just he was introduced to it. Like that's the deal. Transparency, right? Being honest with people.
Right.
This man's a part of my life, and if it wasn't for the fact that he cheated on me, I would have still been with him. I
Right.
just couldn't get past it. And he knows it. So I mean, I don't know if he likes it, but he accepts it and it's out in the open, it's not sneaking. We're not doing
Right.
things that people, the kids might go, all right, where's dad? We know he with you. One of those things. But yeah, I think I could be friends with somebody because I don't like what you've done to me. If I liked you enough to have a committed relationship with you or get married to you, I like you. I just
Right.
don't like what you've done to me.
I like that.
So I got a question. It's totally kind of off topic, but not off topic. How do y'all feel about polyamorous relationships?
You know what?
I've been hearing about it all week.
Monogamy in relationships. That was gonna be my next question.
That's so.
I've been hearing about it all week.
Well, Red Table Talk, they were talking about it. Jada, her mom, and
Oh, really? Okay, I hadn't seen that.
Whether or not, I mean, they were saying monogamy is really a choice. You do make the choice to be monogamous to one person because a lot of people feel like monogamy is not natural. Like we are intended to just love who we want to love, and you're gonna have to be okay with it. And there are relationships like that, polyamorous relationships. So honestly, I feel like if that's your choice, then that's your choice. You want to have 3 girlfriends or 3 husbands or 3 whatever or however many, I'm okay with it because it's not my
I'm
personal.
gonna say you need 4 men. And she's a religious woman. One for the kids, one for finances, one for fun, and one to do handiwork or something like that.
And I'm on to something because if they don't come all in one package,
and they're not.
Well, we already know Celeste got 2.
I do.
That is so funny. I don't know how I feel about can I be in a relationship with another person that's giving their time to somebody else? But then I think about it, if they're giving their time to somebody else, and if I get maybe this man over here can give me something he's not giving me, and maybe she can give him something I'm not giving him, and we'll just all be happy.
I just feel like why not just be with that person and then he be with that person?
They don't always have everything.
They don't have everything. Yeah, they don't have everything. Nobody's going to have everything though. I think that's why people cheat. They're looking for this perfect person, but there's no perfect person. There's a perfect person at that time.
Yeah.
I think we were talking in a past podcast that a soulmate can be seasonal. They can be perfect at that moment. That doesn't necessarily mean that in your next in year 20 they're going to be your perfect person. They're going to be perfect. You guys are going to be perfect together. They may not.
Right.
Yeah,
they grow in separate ways, but then you also may grow together, so it just depends.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
Well, my ex is my soulmate.
Yes,
I don't want to be married to him no more.
I was about to ask, I know you have another friend, but I was like, if the opportunity presented itself, would you be married to him again? No.
Would you get married again in general?
I would.
Really?
I would get married. I'm married material. And that's probably why I really haven't had that many relationships. I mean, I can still count, I ain't talking about sex, I'm talking about relationships.
Right.
And because I need that commitment. I need to trust you. I don't want to be looking and trying to figure you out. I need to know, I have to have history with you, and I need to have a full blown relationship. And if we're not doing that, I don't have time. I don't.
Right.
I got too much going on. And that's probably why, I'm not married again. But
Listen, I don't know. I was thinking one day, like, if I was by myself, would I even be thinking about getting married again? Like,
well, I've been divorced a long time too.
and
I
I
was
think
married
that's
22 years.
yeah, I think that's a difference. I think when you're in a relationship for so long and that it becomes, separated, you think to yourself like, yo, this was not what I thought it was. This was a mess. I don't even want this. Do I really want this ever again? And then once you give yourself time to heal and time to find yourself again, and then it's like you open back up to love again. So I
Oh,
think,
yeah. Because
huh?
you look at the whole marriage and think that it was all bad. You know the
Yeah,
good times that you had. So of course you would want to have more good times with someone,
Yes.
get
Yes.
into with
more
someone.
memories.
Yes.
Yeah, more memories for sure. And plus, I don't like sleeping alone. I roll over and just I want to hug on somebody.
Oh.
That's why I don't sleep in the bed with anybody besides my husband. Like if we're doing girls trips, I would tell people do not sleep in the bed with me because I will roll over and start spooning.
Oh, that's
Oh, I need my
that's
own
cute.
And
space.
I will be like this.
Yeah, what's wrong with her, right? Yeah.
Look, when you have little kids, like when they listen, Celeste, when they're in the bed with me, it's like a foot have to touch me. I'm like, please.
Oh, see, I'm the one. I'm a corner person. So
Yes.
one corner, I'm on the other corner. Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
could be on the corner. I'm making my way over there, and
No,
he's
no,
gonna.
no, 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 no. You could.
You know what? I used to be like that. I used to really like to be up under Sean. And then once I got the older and then kids, I'm like, I just need just a little bit of space from everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, oh, I get that now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
My own space when I want it, but when I want to be under you, you need to let me be under you.
Right, right. So my last question personally, after you've dealt with a relationship, a cheater, just say you decided to move on like you did, Mr. Les. How do you not take what happened to you in that past relationship into your new relationship?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I fully got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
The trust issue. I'm big on trust.
Yeah.
I'm big on trust, but I'm not at the point where I'm looking for anything. I'm not a snoop. I don't look. I don't. But if one thing go down, it's over for me because I don't want to waste any time like I did the first time.
Right, right,
But
right.
I did a lot of healing because I got divorced in 2010.
So that
So I
was that
wouldn't
long.
even get in a relationship until after that. Now, I ain't talking about. Did I say I ain't talking about sex? I'm talking about
Right.
a relationship. And because of that, because I had to make sure I got past that um, stage. But I hate to say this, I expected them to cheat.
Really?
And I expected them to cheat so that if it happened, it wasn't so devastating. Does that sound crazy? I expected for the shoe to drop at any time because I can't control the other person, and they're their own person. I'm not in their mind. I don't know what they're thinking. If they're not communicating that they need something, I can't give it to them. So if
Mhm.
they cheated, I didn't want to be so devastated I couldn't function.
I like that. That's me.
Do you
I don't
think
put anything past anybody.
which is true, but do you want to go into that with that mindset? Because then I feel like then you're gonna be looking for something.
See, I didn't look for it because I
Yeah.
just said it just might
Okay.
happen. I mean,
So you just went in there knowing that I mean, it's always gonna be a possibility.
well, I went in there like the old ladies used to teach you. Make sure you buy a house you can afford by yourself. Make sure
Uh-huh.
you earn enough money. All of the things like that was prepared in case something happened because I knew for me, I was going to leave. That was it. Wasn't an option. Um, but I figured if I don't expect much, I'm not disappointed.
So what you just said, just going back, piggybacking off of what you just said. So once you found out he cheated, in those 3 years, you kind of, y'all kind of lived in misery. did you start preparing yourself to be single?
Girl, bye. Yes, I did. I stashed so much daggone money. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Listen,
Celeste said she was thinking of a master
If he
plan.
was listening right now, he would tell you I played him like a game of cards.
you're
Well,
not the first person I heard say that.
Absolutely.
I
I
know a
got
girl
rid of the
that once
business.
go
I
ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
dissolved the business. I got rid of stuff, and he was just, "What you doing?" I said, "I don't want to." We had a car service, a luxury car service. I said, "You know what? It's time for us to. You know what? We're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna sell this boat. We don't need this boat no more." And he was just looking. I was like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean, but
prepared.
that's how you have to do it.
Yeah, I know a girl that was telling, we were talking, we were having a conversation, and she said she had a friend that she was going through this terrible marriage and she was ready to go, but she didn't, like most women, just skip out. She said she waited, she bought furniture. Once she got a little money, she bought furniture, she put it in a storage unit. Once she got all her ducks in a row, she left.
That's
So
right.
that allowed her not to leave with absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I even took the money and moved it. So if the divorce came by, that they, you know how they try to split half, a half, what half, what 10,000. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, all that.
Don't have a whole offshore account.
Everything. Yeah. Now I didn't do it because I thought I was leaving. I just wasn't feeling good. I
Yeah.
wasn't happy. And I
Yeah.
said, unless this changes, I have to be prepared. So,
Yeah.
'cause, two incomes, you living off the, all of this money, and now you're going down to one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lord,
And
that
that is
was
like,
scary. That was
like
scary.
you used to somebody taking care of you for all of these years. I
Big
mean, you
time.
can do it yourself, but at the
Oh, big time. I was rapping.
yeah, yeah. Like, do you want to? Because
Yeah,
when you spoil, it's really hard to go back into a
I
life you had to
That's
spoiled.
figure.
To this
right.
day, I'm spoiled. I told him my chair was peeling today. I said, my chair's peeling. He said, all right, I'm going to send you one.
Uh, it, yeah, okay. Look,
Yeah.
you the benefit. Look, you ain't lose at all, Celeste.
At all. You
At,
got peace and him.
at
And
first, at
um,
first it was painful. At first it was painful for about 3 years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
you
Yeah.
can laugh about it now, but
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the process, of course, I'm sure it was heartbreaking because I would never want to even have to fathom thinking about going through a divorce.
Oh, it was awful. I mean, for about a year, I was telling everybody, you know how they ask you, Mrs. or Miss, I was like, well, I was married, but I got divorced, but it wasn't my fault. People was like, is it Miss or Mrs.? That's all we ask you.
I
Because it's a stigma, like you've totally lost in life if you've gotten a divorce.
I was telling everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, I was telling everybody. So
That's so funny you say that, because I can imagine if me and my husband, we've been together forever, right? So if there was something that happened that we weren't together, I would feel like, I'm like, well, yeah, we just grew apart, and this, like, I just asked you, were you still married to him? Like, my
no,
bad. You
sorry.
know, you feel like you almost have to give that explanation, because people are going to form their own explanation if you don't give them something. Yeah.
And I think it took me about 4 years to take him off all my paperwork. Well, I mean, it was like, who else is gonna be on there? Like my pension and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
after he started having babies, I said, well, I have to take you off. He was like, I guess I'll take you off mine too. I'm like, yeah, we have to do that. But we've been married forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys have a good relationship now.
Oh, very good. Yeah, very good.
Because I mean, that always makes for, I mean, you really don't have to. You have grown kids. You don't have to really talk to each other. But the fact that you guys still want to have a relationship and have that communication and just have that just connectedness with one another because you were together for so long. I think that's dope. My husband said he would never be my friend if we got divorced.
Yes,
I'm telling, our husbands are the same person.
He said he
oh,
would not.
wow.
He
Well,
would
I
not-
think I think it's because he just
Yeah.
didn't want to see me without him.
now I'm gonna tell you what the downfall was. First of all, I think he would have been the same way because he was really horrible when we got divorced. But what
Yeah.
happened is I was still standing still, working on myself, and he would kind of creep around. The grass ain't get cut. I said, well, since I don't have a man, I guess that's your problem. Cut the grass.
Right.
So he would cut the grass. So it helped me to be without somebody because I still had somebody caring for me. So
Right.
that's how we kind of became friends. He was like, look, I kind of messed up, so I'm gonna help you. You know, that's how it started. And his dad now, I mean, he'll cook
You
food
still
for the week.
spoiled.
Yeah, because he'll cook food for the week and just bring it in the refrigerator. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my. So wait, how does his wife feel about this? Like,
We met, we met, and I mean, I think she really is secure with the fact that we're friends. And like I said, it's all in the open. There's nothing,
right, right.
So she'll say, well, if you stuck, your car's stuck, let me just call him and tell him to come get you, like one of those things. So yeah,
That's good.
So
That's
she
good.
calling her husband to come get his ex-wife.
she might be in the car, but they better come get me.
Celeste, guess what? You know what you need to do. Whatever you got, you better bottle it and sell it
And sell it.
on the market.
I think we just made a decision that it was easier for us and the kids are grown, like
Yeah.
very grown. But if my son, he just he's a police officer, and he just became or got a award or something, and we all in there like two moms, and we just screaming and like we're family. So
Right. Congratulations to him.
oh, thank you, thank you.
Oh,
So
I know.
anything that the kids do, he's supportive. But it took us a while to get there. But to your point about being friends, if I loved him enough to be married to him,
I love him enough to still be his friend.
as long as he ain't put his hands on me, now
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
You might not even be here, sir.
a whole different.
And that's how I feel. I feel like if I don't necessarily have to be with you, but if I still have love for you, it's difficult for me just to throw you to the wayside. And
Exactly.
make it feel like, look, is either we together or we not. And I think women like I have attachment issues.
Oh, okay. See, I don't.
I'm like, oh no, like I don't have to be with you, but I definitely need you in my life.
Okay.
Like I definitely need for you to be a part of my life. It's even if it's just friends or that's just how I feel. I don't know. I've never been in this situation, remember, because I've been with my husband for so long. So I've never been in that situation where we've just totally detached the relationship and I've had to choose me and or not have this relationship with him at all. So that's just what I'm thinking.
I agree.
Totally be different,
I agree with you. A part of my healing was to forgive him.
Yeah.
Forgive him for messing up the best thing he ever had.
Aww.
And I'm okay with that. If you took a chance on messing up what you had,
Right.
I can't be mad at you for being crazy. You was just crazy.
He knew he messed up because I don't think he would extend himself to you the way he
Oh
does.
yeah, he tried to make up every way he can.
Yeah.
Aww.
You know, I'm sure he really probably didn't want to hurt you.
No,
Okay.
he didn't.
Can I ask a question? I'm just so curious to know. You can say you don't want to tell me.
I'm so transparent.
Okay, how did you find out that he cheated year one?
Told me.
He told you.
We went to go see this play called Be a Man About It.
Mm.
And when somebody tells you over and over again, if you cheat on me, I'm leaving. I'm telling you now, I'd rather him be honest with me and say, look, I'm not getting what I need, blah, blah, blah. He didn't. So we went to go see this play, and he's like low-key cheap. And he says, let's go out. He cried through the whole show. I was like, what the heck is wrong? Oh, the man was supposed to be a man about it in this play. And he said, let's go out for a drink. And I knew something was wrong because he's that dude that brings a bottle into the movie theater.
Uh-oh. So he's not going to go out to drink. Look,
Right.
that's
Something was, yeah.
And
Something
we
was
went out to drink, and he confessed. And he said it was killing him. And the more I heard what was going on, he gave me detail from detail. The day in the car, what hill it was, they went down, the whole nine. Hoping till he said, and I swore never to tell you because I knew I would lose you. And so he's thinking we're at a bigger place now in our marriage that he would never, ever lose me because I'm in it, like duck deep. And I thought it was 17 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That was 17 years ago. And the honesty is what he knows that gets me. If you're honest to me, I could deal with a lot of stuff. But I just couldn't trust him.
Well, Celeste, he was honest. It was 17 years later.
Also, every 17 years, he gonna be honest. Okay, okay.
Be honest in the moment. Be honest in the moment.
That's difficult. I mean, that right there is difficult. It's if that happens, you make that decision, or that action transpires. It's hard for somebody to be honest in that moment, only because you don't want to hurt the other person. You know, but
that was hurtful.
Yeah, I'm sure he knew it was hurtful, but I think the fact that he came out with it was major.
It was
the play made him to be honest, or it was on his mind.
It was just eating him up because the way we were at our, and we had this little thing. I can't remember the exact term, but it was almost stuff like, I would say, when you go out, because we both were business people, I said, go out, you make sure you take care of condoms and take them condoms with you. And he would say, I would never cheat on you. And then he stopped saying it. It was starting to eat him up. And I was like, you better take them condoms. Oh, stop saying that. I said, well, you didn't say you would never cheat on me. And he was like, and as you grow and you grow old together, you start to think, dang, I'm really not being honest to this person. Like, this is supposed to be my soulmate and I'm supposed to die with her, and I'm just lying. And I think he thought he was secure enough that I would have said that, well, that was then, and this is now. I was like, you is a liar, and a good one.
Wow.
But I think I went over the top, but that's how I felt.
Yeah, at the time.
Honestly, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. And if that's something that you don't want to take, then that's a ramification of his.
Exactly.
That's a.
Exactly. You lie. You lie, you steal. Right now, I'm sorry.
You steal, you'll kill.
Yeah. That's what the old people say.
That's what they say.
So could y'all bounce back from cheating?
Me, I would say no. But okay, so only person that I know cheated on me was my son's dad. And as much as I wanted a relationship with him, I knew that was unacceptable. So we never established a relationship past that point. If my husband cheated on me now, would I forgive him? I would forgive him, but would I want to be with him? I would say no, because he is, like you said, your husband was the most honest. He's honest to me to a fault. He'll tell me things that I don't even want to hear.
That's the thing.
And if he told me that, or if I found out that he was cheating, or especially if I found out and he didn't tell me, I would say no, because I wouldn't even know who he was anymore. I wouldn't. That's just me.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. As much as I would want to be with him, because it would hurt me more to probably leave him alone than to take him back.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
And LaDonna.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. A lot of things go into play. You know what I mean? It's not like you're dating and you find out this person cheats on you and you're like, please, I don't have to be with you. But then when Celeste, you've been in a 17-year relationship with all these kids, it's like, oh, do I start over? Do I forgive him? Can I forgive him? I don't know.
You don't know until it.
You never know if you're in that situation, and hopefully it's like you never want to get into that situation. Mm-hmm. So, Scoot, I'm gonna beat you. No, I'm just joking. Hands on you.
This was a good topic. We really, Celeste, you really, your transparency, I'm sure it helped me. So I know it will help somebody else. Yeah, that
I think it's good to see someone as strong as you and Kimmie speak so openly about your past relationship.
Right.
And although it may have been hard to face the fact of cheating or leave someone who's cheated on you, I think it's good for people to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
Or even being the cheater.
Like, Should you come clean?
Yeah, should you? I mean, how honest should you be? I mean, well, not necessarily that. It's if if you were the cheater and you did want this relationship, how far are you going to go? Because I've seen somebody that cheated and they left. The other person was willing to stay in a relationship, and the cheater left. So it just goes both ways.
I just feel like you should always give me an opportunity to make my own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tell me, and then I can say, well, he told me and he said he's sorry. You gotta be careful how you handle me, because then that makes me, really guarded. So 17 years later, it was too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably should have died with that one.
You probably should have. I don't even know you, mister, but you seem like a still stand-up guy.
Yeah, she probably should have came to the funeral going, girl, let me tell you what happened 50 years ago. But no, I didn't want to know that.
Then I would have pulled his ass right back.
Right. Let me make sure he did.
Take him a little bit. That was good. Let's go ahead and get into this girlfriend talk. Okay, so the girlfriend talk is season 5, episode 13. Joan and William went into the restaurant business, the J Spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the process, they were trying to find a chef. Joan found this pretty female celebrity chef. Come to find out, her and William used to date.
But okay, so wait. Joan, at this point, Joan and William
is dating William. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, Joan is dating William. So the female chef had made a little comment about how great William is in bed. Okay. And then Joan looked at her. She was like, you know what? Okay, bye-bye. You're fired. You gotta go. William said that. Oh wait, no, it was her that said he was one of the best lovers that she ever had.
Wow.
And William kind of agreed to that, right? So if you guys had a man who told you that someone else was a better lover, how would that make you feel?
That's kind of disrespectful, right?
It is.
you don't have to go.
Yeah, we can't have that conversation. You're not going to make me feel a certain kind of way.
I don't want details like that personally.
Oh.
No, you being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't want don't tell me this person was better. Even if they were better, don't tell me that.
Right, but you know what, Joan, you know how Joan is, and she asked the lady. Told her that he was one of the best lovers. Like, don't ask those questions, because it's you asking him.
Curiosity killed the cat, okay?
Satisfaction brought her back, and satisfaction didn't bring her back, because she was the ooch ouch girl. You're not the best lover, Joan.
Yeah. You're not.
That was a bit much.
Yeah, that was a bit much. Like Joan is just that woman though. She has to know everything. I'm not like that. Like, I don't want to know everything.
Right.
Give me a synopsis of what happened, how you felt, how you feel now, and we can move on. I don't need to know.
Try any like new moves in the bedroom or anything? You'll just be so upset that they were like, well, you're not the best. I mean, if you ask the question and he say you wasn't the best lover, like, would you try to become the best lover?
Oh, okay, wait. So you're saying not this person cheated on me, but just in the past.
In the past, they weren't dating. I mean, they dated in the past. Joan asked her about how great, or she said that he was a great lover. So Joan asked William about, their past relationship, and he was like, yeah, she was kind of like she was.
You know what? I would definitely want to know details at that point. I would want to know what made her a better lover. Like, what did she do? What spot did she hit that made you be like, oh, I gotta have more. I gotta have more. Yeah, I probably would want to know details at that point. But now if they cheated on me, don't tell me details.
No. It's no cheating involved. It's just, he just said that you're not the best lover. He said better. Are you going to perform better? Are you going to say, hey, what notes shall I take?
I think I would be taking notes if I was married to him, maybe.
Yeah.
Dating him?
No,
I would see. I got a cocky problem. I would be like, "What? Evidently, it didn't work out. Something happened."
Right. I still might just take some notes and bring it on to the next man.
You might not get no loving at all this week. How you feel about that?
How you feel about that?
Right? So that might be the best love you had ever. I mean, I would be in my mother freaking feelings. I would really be in my feelings.
Yeah,
Hence
that
why
What's
I'm
your
an
sign, Celes?
Aquarius.
I can tell.
But I am also an only child and kind of rotten and shit. And I'm, so it's a lot of that. But you know what? It took a long time to get like this because I and this is part of putting myself first. I'm thinking about myself first. Before I let that attack me, that conversation attack me, I'm attacking back.
Yeah.
So I probably should be taking notes, but I would be so in my feelings. I'd be like, please, please. I
Like
might
you wake
exactly. That's love. It ain't take much. I just wasn't giving you all of me, baby. I would have said something else crazy.
Right.
Now.
Right.
I always try to ask you if it's in anyway. So whatever.
Won't you go back to her ass then?
Exactly. At this age, it probably would have been very little conversation, but I would have just ignored that shit. Disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, she asked for it, so don't ask if you won't know.
Ask if you don't want to know.
Yeah. That was a good girl talk.
So LaDonna said, what sign are you?
That because you were a person in a minute.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad though. That's not a good quality. It's really bad.
Let the people know where to find you and Kimmie.
Well, we're on Let's Chit Chat Sis, also on Facebook and on Instagram. Website is also letschitchatsis.com. And I can be found on fiercelycommittedtome.com or Celeste Davis, CELES, couldn't afford the T and the E, so just CELES.CelesteDavis.com.
Are you guys on YouTube, Celeste?
We're working on it. We're working.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Yeah, get on there. They need to see you guys. They need to see how you guys interact. Yes. So LaDonna, let the people know where to find you.
You can find me at Naturally Pretty on IG.
And you can find me at Grace Space with 2 underscores on IG. You can find us also at 2 Dope Girls Pod on IG, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Look up 2 Dope Girls Podcast. If you have any questions, if you want to hit us up, if you want to be on our show and our platform, let us know. You can hit us up at ask2dopegirls@gmail.com. That is ask2dopegirls@gmail.com. Yeah. And we had a ball with you, Celeste. Kimmie has a group early, guys, but we had a ball. And until next time, you guys.
2 Dope Girls out.
Bye.
Dope girl, dope girl.